Previously on Everything to Guppy.
Click and clack, come in my lungs.
Click and clack, why don't you come in my lungs? And now, on Everything to Guppy.
I don't know why that's so much worse than just sucking them off. You're like breathing in at the same
threat
time.
Threat of death, threat of aspiration.
You could drown from fucking them. I don't like that.
How many people do you think have drowned in cum, Gary?
Lots.
Really?
Like,
what's lots mean to you?
In the history of the world?
Yeah.
More than 1,000.
Okay. All right. I'm willing to accept that. This is gonna be a long episode. This is still on the back of that last one.
We could cut it into the intro of the next one.
this could be
Just cold open.
Yeah, that might be the intro.
We gotta start doing more cold opens.
Yeah. Gary, what item are we doing today?
With me as always is a man who consumes mass quantities.
Sure.
On the subway, William Hughes.
I mean, I do, Gary, I have a taste for the Subway sandwich from time to time.
Yeah, what's your poison?
Oh, I go with a spicy Italian with lettuce, ranch, and pickles.
Interesting.
On Italian urban cheese bread.
Yeah.
That's herb and cheese, not urban cheese.
Urban cheese. Cheese.
Fantastic.
I like a chicken breast.
Yeah, I just
hold the chicken.
Oh, Gary.
That's what I like.
Gary, your horny energy is keeping me alive today.
I cannot wait to drown you.
Who did that sound like to me? That sounded like a character to me.
I didn't mean to. It just got out.
I cannot wait to drown you.
It's like come drown and Goofy. Kingdom Hearts, 346 gallons or whatever. Conehead. This is a good but boring item, I think.
I agree, Gary. It's not exciting, but it's like the definition of an item that you're like is definitely beneficial to a run, and I feel completely uninterested in when I get it.
Yeah, why not take it? It'll probably, if I'm struggling to survive, this will help.
Yeah, so this is like a weird silly putty egg looking thing.
Mm-hmm. And it gives you a conehead appearance, like the coneheads.
Like Beldar or his kin.
Yeah. And it gets you a soul heart, which is great.
I feel very sexist right now that I can't pull the name of Jane Curtin's conehead.
Jane Curtin is good enough for me, man.
Jane Curtin's a genius.
Yeah. No, I mean, as I'm saying, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't feel the need to
Rock?
pay tribute to one of her lesser characters via the coneheads.
Oh, man. I've been sick lately, so I typed in Jane Curtin genius.
Mm-hmm.
And not because I said that word.
Getting a bunch of lyrics from her rap album.
It did try to pull up Jane Curtin lyrics. Yes.
Nice.
Anyway, so this gives you a spirit heart, and then Primat is her name. The actual useful thing this does is it negates 20% of all damage.
Yes. Any damage has a 20% chance to be ignored. So it's luck dependent. It's not luck stat dependent, but it's rolling a dice. It's not like every fifth hit. It's not deterministic.
So obviously this is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a big fight where you are going to take a lot of hits, it will save you from more damage than, like if you're fighting Hush, this will save you from more damage than the Holy Mantle does.
Yeah. Yeah. This is subtly good.
But it's boring.
But yeah, super boring. Fun cosmetic effect, interacts with hair and horns and stuff in fun ways. So I usually take it, but it is boring. This is kind of boring week.
Yeah, I mean, the items, not the us.
Oh, no, we're great.
We're fantastic. Gary, I'm
excited.
genuinely
that
feeling like we're
cum
firing
part?
on all.
Yeah. Do you remember that part about breathing in when click and clack, face fuck you, and then drowning in them?
Yeah, aspirational cum.
Yeah.
Gary,
I hear it's like going to sleep.
I have a question for you, Gary.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Saturday Night Live based movie that is not, wait for it, Wayne's World or Wayne's World 2?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Because I loved Coneheads as a kid. I love that movie, even though I think it's objectively almost certainly just dog shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since it came out.
Yeah, it's got Phil Hartman. They narfle the Garthunk. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's no Mom and Dad Save the World.
What is it like? Can I say? Is MacGruber one of those?
Gary, you know what? It absolutely is. And that is certainly like, that's, if you want to go safe, if you don't want to try to like push your luck and try to go past MacGruber, like I can log your MacGruber answer right here, Gary, right in the spreadsheet. Okay. But if you want to go to the next step and like get into the real shit, like, Stuart Saves His Family. It's
the
Pat,
90s ones.
A Night at the Roxbury.
In looking at what's considered to be an SNL movie, according just to Google, they have Popstar in there, which I like.
I know. Gary, I basically want to just eliminate the obvious good ones.
The good ones.
Yeah.
You're trying to get me to say something good about The Ladies' Man.
I am, Gary.
I don't know that I can, because I haven't seen a lot of those.
Like, we can agree that it's probably not It's Pat, which is at best deeply problematic and probably outright transphobic. Yeah,
I find Pat really difficult.
Although it does have the part at the end where Pat gets to play with Ween.
Do you know somebody who's listening to this? They're yelling the Blues Brothers.
I guess but
I don't like the Blues Brothers that much.
I like the Blues Brothers, but I consider it an original canon outside of SNL movies, like whatever Wikipedia might say. Gary, can I share a piece of really stupid trivia that I learned on TV tropes recently?
Sure.
As that is the basic purpose of this show.
I will say that my bit that I had plans that I couldn't do is related to this.
Sure.
So save some TV trope stuff for when I finally get my shit together to do that bit.
God, I can't wait for you to finally become like the perfect version of yourself that can really do this bit that you're
self-actualized.
I would love for you to self-actualize, Gary, just on a big old wad of lung cum.
Me too.
Apparently, in one of the Ghostbusters comics, it is established that Ray Stantz, Dan Aykroyd's character from Ghostbusters, and Elwood Blues are the same person split into two different timelines based on whether his parents died or not, and he was thus adopted.
That is really wild.
And so apparently in these comics, Joliet Jake, because ghosts transcend timelines, will show up to give Ray advice and help him out as a ghost.
That's pretty amazing.
That fucking upset me in a lot of ways when I learned it.
Did you know, I'm looking at the grosses, the money earned by SNL movies.
Uh-huh.
And Superstar is a bona fide hit.
I was about to ask, did Superstar end up making a lot of money? Because I believe it.
Doubled its budget, whereas It's Pat cost $8 million to make and made $60,000. Total worldwide.
And a lot of that went to Ween.
Yeah. $60,000 worldwide.
Have you ever seen Stuart Saves His Family, written and starring by disgraced U.S. Congressperson Al Franken?
I've heard that it's very weird, but I've not seen it.
It's incredibly weird. It's serio-comic, Gary. It's legitimately about trying to save his family from their dysfunctions.
Oh, boy. No, I have not seen that one. Oh, Al Franken.
Oh, yeah, Al Franken.
Boy. SNL movies. Why'd they ever stop?
Holy shit, Gary. Did you see who directed Superstar?
Let me see. Oh, Bruce McCullough. Well,
Bruce
Reginald
McCullough.
Hudlin did The Ladies' Man. That's really interesting, too.
Who did? Reggie Hudlin?
Yeah.
Jesus, these are some weird ass director picks.
No wonder it wasn't, or no wonder, it is a wonder it was not a hit. Poor man. I love Tim Meadows so much.
I mean, Tim Meadows is amazing. One of the best parts of Hubie Halloween. Probably
Absolutely.
the best part of Walk Hard.
I love him in Walk Hard. I mean, I love Walk Hard in general, but I really love him in Walk Hard.
Tim Meadows, saw him at a GameStop once. Didn't see what he was buying.
Ooh.
I've told you the story before.
I know, but I just like hearing the word Tim Meadows. The guy, he's just very good. He's really good in Popstar as well. Very funny. Yeah, love him. What are some other actors that we love?
What are in our show about Hollywood?
About going ahead. Hollywood Handbook 2.
How do you feel about John Lithgow?
I don't like him.
Really?
I want to. But I saw Third Rock from the Sun was one of those shows that was just waiting to suck. I
feel like
when
you
I was
were a
watching
little
TV.
too old to be in the pocket for a little too cynical about sitcoms at that point, maybe to get into its vibe.
So it was just on all the time. There'd be that goofy whoa, the planets are pool balls. stuff that'd pop up and I'd be like, oh God, it's time to fucking check out.
Yeah, I get that.
Call me back when, a Simpsons rerun is on or Coach is on.
I mean, even though you look at that cast, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Lithgow, Jane Curtin, Wayne Knight,
French Stewart, dude.
French Stewart, who was an acquired taste. Generally regarded as the second best cinematic Inspector Gadget.
Hey, what do you think his niece would be like if she just got her period?
So, Gary, what should people do if they like the show?
They should go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and give us some money.
Yeah, we're coming up. We're like a week away from the third anniversary of everything to Guppy.
The third anniversary, the leather anniversary.
Yeah, so maybe donate a little extra so Gary and I can get something nice to take each other out.
Yeah, we'll do the recording in full leather gimp suits.
God,
can you imagine how sweaty that would be? It would just be like we'd be up to our knees in sweat by the end of it.
Yeah, no, it would just be like we might drown. Gary, how many people do you think have drowned in their own sweat?
Less than 1,000.
Probably.
It would also, the torso, you know how we do the torso report?
I'm familiar, yeah.
And you know how it would be like, that's normally a normal report, but it would be like one of those weather reports where somebody's out at a hurricane. Like the torso report would be this like horrific nightmare that would end up going viral if we were wearing gimp suits.
God, I would hate to see Steve Karnacki get drowned in a hurricane of my sweat.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't. It would give me a boner.
Or Karnak from the Inhumans.
Sure. Gary, did you miss all the Steve Karnacki memes?
I did.
Okay. No, he's a I think CNN guy who was like the one stable presence during the election on TV.
Oh, was he the one everyone was thirsting after him?
That's it, Gary. You're catching up.
Yeah. I just didn't remember his name.
Well, that's one way I'm smarter than you.
You do remember names more than I do. I think it's because you care more.
Gary, way to turn it back into a... I'm not ignorant. I'm punk rock.
Yeah. I don't think caring about people is necessarily uncool. Necessarily.
Gary, good night.
Good night.
Big cough I was holding in there.